Now, US President Donald Trump says that he ordered the deployment of 2 nuclear submarines, and this was in response to a threat from former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, who had warned of war between the United States and Russia after Trump's ultimatum. Listen to this.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had to do that. We just have to be careful. And a threat was made, and we didn't think it was appropriate, so I have to be very careful. So I do that on the basis of safety for our people. A threat was made by a former president of Russia, and we're going to protect our people.
Trump's warning came as Medvedev referenced Russia's nuclear capabilities, including the dead hand system, a Cold War-era automated nuclear strike system. Meanwhile, Viktor Vodolatsky, first deputy chairman of the State of Duma Committee on CIS Affairs, Eurasian Integration and Relations with Compatriots, said there are significantly more Russian nuclear submarines in the oceans than American ones, and the ships that US President Donald Trump ordered to be redirected to the appropriate regions have long been under control. He added that Russia does not need to respond to the US leader's comment. As Trump and Medvedev traded barbs, Putin signaled no change in Russia's stance on Ukraine, despite Trump's August 8th deadline. Playing down Trump's demands for a ceasefire, he said all disappointments come from excessive expectations.
Of course, the direct Russia-Ukraine talks in Istanbul is a positive point. As for any disappointments on anyone's part, all disappointments come from excessive expectations. This is a well-known general rule, but in order to approach the resolution of the issue peacefully, it is necessary to conduct a thorough conversation, and not in public, but calmly, behind closed doors, starting with the negotiation process.
Putin said Russia wants a lasting and stable peace in Ukraine, adding that Moscow's conditions for peace remain unchanged.
I repeat once again, we need a long-lasting and stable peace on a good foundational basis that would satisfy both Russia and Ukraine and ensure the security of both countries.
Meanwhile, the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv observed an official day of mourning on Friday, a day after Russian drone and missile attack on the city killed 31 people, including 5 children, and injured more than 150. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited the site of a Russian attack in Kyiv and called strong sanctions against Russia.
So it is very important that the prospect of new sanctions, strong sanctions, has now begun to put pressure on Russia, and not only against the aggressor state itself. All Russian finances, every scheme that fills the Russian budget, must be targeted by the world. Only this will convince Moscow to genuinely work for peace. Ukraine is grateful to the United States, grateful to Europe and all our other friends around the world who strive for peace. Ukraine is ready to work as swiftly as possible for the sake of peace. We all clearly understand what steps are needed.
For more on this, we were earlier joined live by Lieutenant Colonel Daniel L. Davis. He's a military expert and host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube. Listen to what he had to say.
I don't even think it's that far. I mean, this is frankly 2 gentlemen who were having a spat back and forth on social media. President Trump, Dmitry Medvedev. There's also been some back and forth between Senator Lindsey Graham and Dmitry Medvedev. So he's kind of trolling, Medvedev is kind of trolling these people. But look, I mean, if you're going to say there's going to be a deadline on the country of Russia, a nuclear power, and you're going to put sanctions on them if they don't do what you want them to do, I mean, you certainly can't expect them to do nothing or say nothing in response. And so far, Russia hasn't done anything other than to say, our conditions have not changed. They're not changing because of this deadline at the national level. The other thing that's important to understand is Dmitry Medvedev, he's not even the chairman of their National Security Council. He's the deputy chairman. He has no power to do anything. So for Trump to say he's responding to a threat, as I read it, there was no threat in there, because the dead hand issue, to understand, is only if Russia is attacked by nuclear weapons and then they have a retaliatory process. So even that was only going to be if the U.S. attacked them with nuclear weapons first. There was no attempt to say that Russia was going to attack the United States. That's important to understand.